Hello, everyone. Welcome
Oh,
to Backyard Musings Broadcasting. I'm in St. George. This is Friday. I'm in St. George.
St. George or Lehigh?
I was in Lehigh last night. I'm in
Oh,
St. George today for Friday.
oh, cool. Okay.
And you're home, right, Scott?
I'm home. Yep. We rolled in about 15, 20 minutes ago. Yep.
Yes. So we will be in the backyard on Saturday. You will see us in the backyard on Saturday.
Yep. Yep. We're ready to be back in the backyard. So,
Okay. So we've got some breaking news. You probably saw that Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, KSM, and two of his cohorts. They were finally of convicted of what's that for the 9/11 attacks, and
yeah.
they pretty much got the lowest criminal um, charge that you could possibly get for what went down on 9/11.
Yeah. Looks like life in prison, right?
Life in prison, yeah, for
What
what 3,000 people killed,
for?
and
Yeah. And hanging out and being on the government dole for 10 years, basically.
and millions of hundreds of millions of dollars in damage from the buildings.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And lives that will probably never be able to forget that.
No, no,
Crazy.
and
Remember
so
that.
this
Still
what was ridiculous about this is it took over 20 years to prosecute them. It was like a comedy of errors. Two
Yeah.
judges retired, and it wasn't DOJ. It was a military tribunal. But I mean, back then they didn't have pronouns. So just imagine if they had pronouns back then, this might have taken 40 years to
Yeah.
convict them.
Well, or they probably would have let him go.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
So there was a problem with the CIA torturing them to extract information, and that would have proved problematic in a court. So that's why
I,
I mean, it's just a comedy of errors,
I,
really
I,
is.
I had no problem with that. I didn't,
Yeah,
I didn't,
well,
I didn't lose any sleep over that at all. So,
yeah, no. Okay, moving on to our topic today. Nobody is tracking this. This is crazy. Judicial Watch, Tom Fitton, one of our heroes, um,
absolutely.
they're cracking down on the chicanery with the voting, the 3 a.m. unverified signature voting block. They are really cracking down on it, and we're going to take a look at that today. Nobody's watching it, and this is outrageous.
Well, and,
So
and again, this is something that's taken forever as well, right?
yeah, well, yeah, it takes time, and I'll get into it. Actually, I think you're going to get into it when you talk about it. It does take time, and we'll see why. So, why oppose voter ID? It's the law, right? Voter suppression because minorities don't have the intelligence to figure out how to get an ID. That's bigot think. Bigots think like that.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
ridiculous.
they can't figure it out, so we gotta, it's suppression. We can't do that.
Yeah,
So, why support ballot harvesting? Because the dead can vote and people have moved to another state can vote. The 3 a.m. unverified signature voting block needs to be eliminated completely. The Democrats can no longer rely on that. Not cleaning up the voter rolls makes it easier to cheat. In response to a Judicial Watch inquiry, Washington, D.C. removed 130,000 ineligible names from the voter roll. That's 15% of the D.C. voter list.
that's crazy.
What's more incredulous? DC removing the names or 130,000 ineligible voters in tiny little Washington D.C.? There's only 700,000 citizens that can vote there,
Yeah,
right?
it's this is very sad. I mean, this just puts our country in a situation where we're a laughing stock because it just
It
I don't know.
is. And this isn't the worst of it. Judicial Watch also found 113 non-citizens voted in the DC presidential primary. 113. Do you believe that? I
What,
mean,
what do you say to that? I mean, come on.
the Dems always say, "Well, no, there's not going to be them. They can't vote in the federal. No, this is representation at a local level. No way they can. This is, I mean, it's just lying to our face. It's denigrating. I mean, why insult us by saying that when you
Right.
know it's going to happen? It's
'Cause
ridiculous.
there's enough people out there that are mind dumb that'll just go along with it. So
Listen to this staggering. Judicial Watch also enabled the removal of 4 million ineligible voters from the voting blocks across the nation. 4 million. I mean, there was a 9 million delta, 7 million delta between Trump and Biden.
that's more people that are in a lot of towns, cities, right?
Yeah.
Maybe some states.
I'm telling you, when I say 3 a.m. unverified signature block, voting block, and we kind of giggle and laugh, but this is what it is with the ballot harvesting. 4 million votes. 4 million. So,
Yeah.
how did Judicial Watch do this, you ask? Scott is going to tell us.
Okay, so each state is required to periodically clean up its voter rolls because people move, people die, and others somehow become ineligible, like people in prison or whatever. So, and they've tried to change that too, right? They
They want convicts to vote. Yeah, right from prison.
It's nuts.
It's nuts.
So, if you don't vote in a federal election, the state is supposed to send you a communique verifying if you're still, number one, alive, and two, present. If you do not respond to that communication or you do not vote in the next 2 federal elections, the state is supposed to take your name off of the rolls, which makes sense, right?
It makes perfect sense,
Good.
right? But that could take a long time. If you're talking about next 2 federal elections, that's up to 6 years.
Yeah, and I know some people actually, because of whatever reasons, either they just don't care or they don't think their vote counts. Some for religious reasons, they don't vote. So, take their name off the roll, I guess. So this could be a variance of up to 5 years of the opportunity for chicanery. Absolutely. So after the 2022 midterm elections, Judicial Watch started analyzing data and then fired off legal notices to the states about cleaning up that data, which I think, good for them. Somebody should do it.
Yeah.
Be done on a federal.
Somebody's got to do it. Nobody's doing it. RNC's not doing it. DNC definitely is not doing it.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. It's just another way to get a workaround,
It's your blood boiling.
Yeah. California and Illinois have dirty voting rolls. That's a shock, right? 21 counties had more registrations than the number over the age of 18 in the county as compared to the census data.
Okay, I want you to repeat that one more time, Scott. Repeat it one more time.
21 counties had more registrations than the number over the age of 18 in the county as compared to the census data.
Oh, man, does that make you upset?
That's fraudulent.
Oh, it makes you so upset. How can that happen? It's ripe for chicanery and for illegal voting. Yeah.
So 19 counties did not remove any ineligible voters at all. That's crazy. I mean, can you imagine? How is that possible that there's not anybody on there that's not ineligible?
The 3 a.m. Unverified signature voting block. That's how it's possible. That's why they do it.
27 counties reporting removing a pitiful 5 voters. Give me a break.
Give me a break, right?
Yeah, from their rolls. California settled with Judicial Watch and removed 1.2 million illegible names. Settled. Why didn't they just take care of it? 1.6 million was supposed to be removed. That's quite a number. Just
progress.
It's
progress.
So it's not.
Let's get the other 400,000 out.
Yeah, clean it up.
Staggering, man.
Yeah, Illinois had 23 counties, fewer than 15 ineligible voters.
That they moved out. Yeah, that's pitiful. Why even try? Why try?
Exactly. 12 counties had 0 removals. Come on, whatever. 34 Illinois counties reported 0 removals.
0 data. Well, how come they're not reporting this data? They need to report it.
Yeah.
Is the state not asking? Come on.
Illinois, probably not. Yeah. You figure Chicago, that's probably one of the more populated counties, right?
Yeah. the most populated in Illinois.
City and county, yeah, that county is, obviously left leaning. So 15 counties had more registrations than people over the age of 18 as compared to the census data. Some
Crazy.
31% more.
131% more.
These numbers are just unreal to believe that this is happening in our country.
This isn't being made up. Judicial Watch got this data. Freedom of information.
Yeah. The two biggest counties are Cook County, that's Chicago, right? And 1.5 million, and Chicago City, 2 million, reporting not removing anyone.
They didn't report at all. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Come on. Anyway, nuts. Using the results from DC, 15% removal. The numbers are in the millions for Illinois. Judicial Watch is poised for litigation.
Yeah, if they don't respond, Judicial Watch is going to have to take them to court, and that costs money. I don't know where they're getting their money from. Somebody's got to be contributing it.
It's like another congressional committee investigating something. It's like they stir up the pot, but what do they actually do? Do they ever sift it out and get rid of all the garbage? It doesn't happen.
They got 4 million. Judicial Watch said they got 4 million voters, ineligible voters, off the rolls. I think that's beautiful.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's get 4, 5, 6, 8 million more off the rolls.
Yeah, Tom Fitton's crew are doing a great job.
If this is DC, California, Illinois, what about Pennsylvania? What about Georgia, Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada, South Carolina? The list goes on. If Judicial Watch,
why how left leaning that is.
Oh yeah, they're left leaning governments.
Absolutely.
The state government. If like we said, if Judicial Watch doesn't do it, nobody will. The DOJ refuses to police this, to clean it up. They refuse to.
Yeah. So if you think about the numbers that were turned in the presidential election in 2020, if you look at those numbers, they were up in the neighborhood of around 156 million, I think.
Yeah.
Which is probably
the segment on that.
The highest number, highest number ever as far as percentage of voters being able to vote. That ain't happening, man. Not in my lifetime that we ever see numbers like that. And what are you turning out for? You're turning out for Joe Biden. Okay. You don't like Trump, fine. But come on, look what you got. Or you have hope and change that you got. So
now everybody's forgot about Joe Biden. I'm talking to my brother Gary. He was like, "Oh, Kamala Harris." I'm like, "What about Joe Biden?"
That dog don't hunt either. And you want to put your money behind Kamala? Go right ahead. We'll see how that goes.
All right, folks. Join us on Saturday. We're going to be in the backyard. We're so excited to be in the backyard. I'm excited to stop traveling myself.
You've been gone for what? Over 10 days, right?
Yeah, 10 days of driving. Our backs hurt. Our necks hurt from sleeping in beds, and we're just done traveling. We're done.
I hear you. Well, good to have you home.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. We'll talk to you later.
Take care. We'll see you Saturday.